Hey there, Toonami faithful, and welcome back aboard Toonami Absolution, where we talk about the shows that made us us and the shows that made you you. Once again, we are your hosts. My name is Alyx.
I'm Sam.
And I'm John. Yu Yu Hakusho, episode 21, Yusuke Sacrifice. Gosh, I wonder what happens in that. Japan, March 6, 1993. US got it July 6, 2002. And then episode 22, Lamenting Beauty. Japan, March 13th, 93. And USA, April 3rd, 2003.
So we're at the end of the Suzaku fight, the longest fight we've been through already.
Yes, Yusuke Sacrifice is an interesting one. Yeah, it's the continuation of the Suzaku fight. Suzaku reveals that he has one trick.
Multiform, yeah.
Yeah. But he can
Kagebunshin no Jutsu.
I do like how his whole monologue. So a big thing is here is Yusuke shotguns. All of Saku's clones have the decency to stand in a small clustered group, so they get shotgunned. And then he's like, "Oh yeah, remember earlier I did that whole monologue about them not actually being copies or after images? They're actually separate people. Yeah, I can eat them all and then get my power back." Okay, I'm glad that monologue had an effect.
Yeah,
Yes.
everything has a purpose, and Yusuke is getting the crap kicked out of him once again. It's so interesting.
Again, I think a couple of probably a couple of weeks ago now, I mentioned a big thing like Yu Yu Hakusho is Yusuke falls down a lot. You notice it here; he goes face down, which is something you don't see shown in here. Like, even generally get beaten up, they tend to go to again one knee or like sat. Yusuke just goes full, just face out.
I mean, it's not called Yusuke Sacrifice for nothing. One of the things is it's not Suzaku that ultimately leaves him on death's door again. It's him expending all his spirit energy. It's he expends the one thing, his like endurance essentially, to finally take out all of this army of Suzakus.
Oh, and then we get that really fun scene with him and Mirogu,
Yes,
whatever, the
Harugi.
bird, Marugi, the bird, where he really is, he's bluffing the entire time, being like, I will shoot you if you move towards the whistle. And he can't. And it's really well done because I think the audience is also kind of clued in, even without Koenma saying, like even the audience kind of is able to say, like, no, I don't think he actually can do that.
I love how he's threatened to eat her as well. Like, this is again Yusuke going back to his old gang member ways a little bit. Like, it's what we see Kuwabara do all the time as well. In that environment he's grown up in, looking tough is often more important than being tough.
Hmm.
He's gonna
Yeah.
eat that bird. And also, how long do you think they've been in the castle? Because he's got to be hungry by now.
Time's weird.
I mean, how long has Keiko and not Keiko been chased by zombies?
Keiko and Botan, probably not that long. They've been doing quite well.
Well, up
And
until up until the nick of time, of course.
up until they're about to get stabbed, and then Deus Ex Machina kicks in.
Yeah,
It's
by
just
scissors, no less.
I get
I always
scissored.
thought, I always
Yeah.
think that's always kind of a nice horror trope. The more
No,
common household item, the scarier and more graphic it usually is.
Yeah.
we have to bring up though why the evil teacher. Why as a zombie is he becoming an old timey gangster as time goes on? Because he was doing a zombie voice earlier on. He's like, but now in this one he's like, I'm gonna teach you a lesson. Yeah. It's like, why are you becoming a 20s gangster?
He's reverting to his larval form, which was, a Yakuza member.
I said we clearly had because they stopped with a zombie voice. Some was like, I'm not doing that anymore.
Hmm.
Not doing it.
Gonna stab him with
Uh,
the scissors. See,
we I mean, do you guys feel like this is the most grueling like Yusuke fight though?
certainly so far, just the amount of stuff he's had to go through.
I was about to say
Up
more
in,
so than the Koenma tournament final round.
oh, with Rando.
Yeah.
It's interesting because the thing that makes Yu Yu Hakusho interesting is, yes, Yusuke is constantly getting the crap kicked out of him, but he's getting the crap kicked out of him in different ways. So really, the question is, what do you think is worse, being electrocuted multiple times or being drowned in a dirty pond with a bunch of like evil hate fish?
I mean,
True.
when you put it like that, the latter, certainly. I've seen how many people get electrified in anime. it doesn't seem pleasant, but you get the Goku separated jaw scream. But
I think the thing is, at least Rando is a demon and he's vaguely quiet. Suzaku will not shut up.
Suzaku will not shut up the entire
yeah,
time. He is the little wise man.
he looks like a 90s square soft villain with the
Got that,
hair, the weird hair stuff going on.
got
He's yeah,
that Kefka energy.
very much so.
He's very punchable.
Yeah.
And
We
Jerry
love
Jewell cranks that up to 11 with the way he voices him, where it's like, you're a human, you're not a human, maybe you are a human. I don't know. I'm just trying to talk to fill time.
Oh no, my hair tentacle.
My hair tentacle. That was always I was always kind of curious if that was a translation thing, because calling it a tentacle seems weird.
It's all the things I might say it's antennae in Japanese, which would make sense because it's all lightning attack, so it's a lightning rod.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Sailor Jupiter has a little bit come out of her tiara when she wants to do Grand Lightning. So I presume that's what they're going for. It is weird because he has a whole thing like, oh, it was in Japan. He's like, it was coated in a substance harder than diamond. That's gonna make your hair really heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No wonder he's grumpy.
His hair's always
it's pulling
been
out
cold.
it's pulling out the scalp all the time.
No, instead we get his hair explained. We do not get the bird explained. She gets
That's his
nuke killed, which I
girlfriend.
do appreciate. That's a very odd relationship I don't want to think about.
Mm.
I do like how they kind of handled the hair tentacle because it is a bit of an ass pull, let's be honest. But I do like how the idea is he's using it as a focusing tool, and that's why he's still hitting Yusuke, but he's missing a lot. I prefer that more than just like one hit. Oh, I can't use my powers anymore. So okay, I'm just gonna start spreading my fire around and firing wildly at you.
Yeah, I like the idea that he was compensating without even really knowing it. Like that it was just so instinctive what he was doing. And also again, I forgot how what a chatty bastard he is.
Yeah, I do like also a sort of playing that he mentions a lot. That's like, oh, I've become so used to be sort of being in this castle that it has made him slightly weaker. And that I'm so used to anything fighting me dying instantly, so I didn't think about it. I was missing because usually that still works.
Yes. I agree with everything you just said.
I didn't even realize you'd frozen. I thought you were just impressed by my comments.
Uh, so you've agreed that you're signing over the condo, right? Like that's what you said.
Yeah. All of
You, you do
my many children.
you do think Suzaku is the hottest character in the show? Good to know.
Of course, can't get past the hair.
Talking of things I really liked, when Yusuke's burning life energy, his eyes go white and he starts growling and slumps forward. I loved that so much because it kind of makes this into not a move. It kind of also is like this isn't a move you can do. This is like when you hear stories about people who are in danger to pull off basically overdose on adrenaline, pull off hilarious feats of strength because their body's like, I'm gonna die, so fuck it. That's what that felt like. Like this is Yusuke's consciousness is gone at this point. This is his body acting on pure instinct with no care for personal safety.
I mean, there was a lot like that moment, the moment where after he expends all that energy and like the screen does that like white and black cut into his face. Like there was a lot of really cool animation stuff happening in this episode in like a really intense, oh no, Studio Pierrot got an extra $50 this week kind of way.
Yeah.
Put it in the meter. And then, of course, we get the lovely ending where after Suzaku died, Kuwabara is like, no, we can't let him die. Give him my life energy. And Hiei is just like, what the
Yeah, they it cuts to Hiei and Kurama are kind of like just let him just kind of standing next to each other, and Kuwabara literally lies on top of Yusuke and is like, "Take my heart."
I love Kuwabara. Kurama explaining it to Hiei. Hiei is like, no, father, I do not understand. Explain this. And Kurama's like, it's just let them. It's fine.
Kurama's like, look, once you go through puberty, you're gonna understand it better, kiddo.
Sometimes when two delinquents love each other very, very much. Actually, I'll get the dolls when we get back to Spirit Realm. It's fine.
Poor Hiei, just not understanding human emotion. Meanwhile, spending the entirety of this arc glazing the shit out of Kurama. Basically, I love you so much, but what is this feeling you call love?
Teach me how to love.
Teach me how to love, Kurama senpai.
Yeah, and we'll see. My favorite part of this episode actually is when we get back and Yusuke wakes up in Kuwabara's bed because we see behind him Kuwabara has an Oingo Boingo poster. He has it in Japan as well. It's like, oh, okay.
Oingo Boingo was huge in Japan.
I know,
And it's also that time. It's when this thing is coming out, it's that time.
It's so lovingly framed behind him. Like, you totally in that moment get the feeling that the animator was like, I'm getting my Oingo Boingo reference, and if it kills me. This shot is framed not for Kuwabara, it's framed to say that I like Oingo Boingo.
This is for me. This is for me and all of my love of Oingo Boingo. I do love that Kuwabara gets a dress down outfit, but Kurama just doesn't. Kurama's just like, I'm gonna be in the uniform.
Kurama, but then in Lamenting Beauty, Kurama's in his naval best.
Yeah.
He's in a full white outfit. I guess there's nowhere to change.
No.
Also, you would change to Kuwabara's house. Are you crazy?
Also, Yusuke at Kuwabara's house, the hairstyle changes.
Yes. I like we go back to his corpse hairstyle as well.
Yeah.
Because it does, again, it's very quick, but it does seed the idea that, oh, maybe he's not getting better. Maybe we're going to have to fire him back to Spirit Realm.
No, our boy is okay and has to have actually a really good communication moment with Keiko. I actually genuinely appreciate that little moment where Keiko's like, look, Botan filled me in. Just tell me when you're going to disappear on me, okay? Because, like, I just can't handle this. And I like that because you're not going to see that in other shonen anime.
I love how it's phrased.
Yeah.
Because we kind of avoid the problem like you get like Mary Jane, a lot of comics where it's like, oh, you can't be a hero. What about me? It's like, people were dying, darling. It's I like how they have her very grounded. It's like, I'm not going to say you can't do this. I get there is forces beyond me working. Well, not as beyond her as she thinks based on the next episode, but there is something bigger to this. This is important for you. So I'm not asking you to stop or saying you shouldn't. I'm saying just tell me, which is so mature and again avoids her being sort of the whiny girlfriend you see in comics who can't appreciate that. Yeah, maybe I do have to stop the city getting nuked. That will mean missing dinner. I'm sorry, but
we stan Keiko in this household. We stan Keiko. She is a good love interest in shonen anime. She's just good.
She also does well against zombies, which is appreciated. Only by the way, only one scene cut from the Toonami airing.
Really?
Which is Botan getting hit with a pipe.
Oh. So she's just like unconscious?
Yes. Well, it works well enough because you get like when they're running, you flash between two sets of zombies in that scene normally. So they just remove the pipe hit, so it just looks like the other zombies came around and knocked her over. It does, in context, you fill in the gaps enough to just be like, okay, she got smacked.
I do need to backtrack a little bit just for a funny moment where, you know, when the rest of the boys are on the staircase, they lose the rest of the staircase, and then Kurama is like, hang on tight with the rose whip and trying to get them up. I would kill to see what that looked like. Like, I would absolutely kill to see what the transition for that was, because there's Wayfish little Kurama had to go back and forth, I think.
Yeah, I think he did.
Like,
I do like how they did that. That was a nice little moment. But yes, please tie your whip around my sword. It's a nice use of their powers. Though even in this episode, Kurama, you're a whip fighter. Stop striking down. Strike wide. Like, why are you attacking one guy at a time? You can just spin. Come on.
It's Simon Belmont school of whip play.
Simon Belmont.
We need to introduce him to Soul Calibur 2. Ivy teaches you what to do. Wide swings.
That is the kind of thing that would be said by a Soul Calibur 2 announcer, by the way.
Yeah.
Wide swings as Ivy teaches you what to do. Like,
she may only be wearing her underwear, but damn, she's good with her whip.
But, you know, we wrap this up. We have our mature moment with Keiko and Yusuke, and then immediately into the next case.
Yeah, there's no foot on the pedal, still gunning towards 55 with the mission coming from Hiei this time.
We get the mission from Hiei, and we get introduced to two of our biggest bads, who I don't remember, like, if they don't get a lot of fanfare, the Toguro brothers. Like,
no, they just kind of come out of a helicopter being weird.
Yeah.
Just two weird guys. We get introduced to them, and we get introduced to Yukina.
Brothers who like their contact.
I mean, if you were 2'1" and your brother was like 7'5", like obviously to keep up.
Oh no. My first note in my note is I need to meet someone who can carry me like this. I want to sit on someone's shoulder like a parrot and just randomly cackle.
Yeah.
Life goal.
Goro.
Unfortunately, I'm 6 foot, so that person will be very tall.
We're gonna need a bigger guy.
I'm gonna need a Robert Wadlow, which isn't feasible. There's only one Robert Wadlow, and he's dead.
Yeah, we are introduced to the new story, which is there is this ice demon Yukiona who has been kidnapped because when she cries, she makes very valuable jewels, and Yusuke needs to go save her, which is also the first time we're getting human antagonists for Yu Yu Hakusho, hinting that things are not as they appear.
Oh, is he? Do you want to spoil me? Is he human and just ugly?
Tarukane?
Yeah.
Yeah, they explicitly say that he's human in this. Like,
Okay, I was kind of waiting for him to pull the mask off, and turns out, oh, he's actually a demon.
No, Tarukane is fully,
Okay.
that is a human guy.
Oh, weird face.
Yeah, just a weird, even Kuwabara and Yusuke are like, man, that dude's freaking ugly.
But
Yeah.
it was so weird, I kind of presumed it'd be like Oogie Boogie at the end of Nightmare Before Christmas, he pulls his face off instead of insects or something.
No, but we do get a humanoid spider in the next episode.
We do. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm very, very sorry. And bad news, I did check. The Toonami edit does not cut out the spider. I did check for you just in case.
But yeah, Hiei is clearly more involved because Kurama had to be his case manager with Koenma being like.
I love Hiei giving Yusuke the tape because it does cut. I do sit there thinking, does Hiei know what a tape is?
I don't know. That's just it.
I just imagine like, here's a brick.
I give him brick. I not know what brick do.
I follow him to school. I give him brick. I go home, and Kurama gives me head pets and candy. This is how this is how things work. I do love that. I will say this episode was losing me a little bit because, like, okay, it does feel a bit of a step down after Suzaku. Okay, we're just fighting some gangsters until we do the reveal at the end, where it's like, oh yeah, she's Hiei's sister. Cut to Hiei sprinting across the countryside with murder in his eyes. Like, okay, I'm immediately back in.
Yep. And now Hiei gets backstory. Also, fun fact: now we get to give Hiei a backstory, and he has a sister, Yukina, who Kuwabara is now in love at first sight with.
That's going to be a very awkward Thanksgiving dinner.
They're always awkward.
I mean, this one more awkward than most. It's very interesting because the tape set. I think that the only problem with the tape setup is a nice gag, but it goes on a bit too long. Even though we do meet Kuwabara's sister, who is very weird in the American dub. Like, I get she's meant to be angry, but some of her verbiage. I like the fact she's like, "Oh, you're watching that weird tape. I brought you some kiddie snacks." Like, yeah. Aren't you the same? Aren't you like only a little bit older than him? Also, what the hell is a kiddie snack?
Shizuru, I think, is actually significantly older than Kuwabara. I think she's in her 20s.
He does dress like Yusuke's mom, so that would track.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Shizuru is like, if she smokes and we see her drink, so she'd have in Japan she'd have to be at least 20.
Okay, then she is much older.
Yeah. So, and Kuwabara is 14 going on 15 right now. So
I just found it so weird. I was like, I've brought you kiddies. I've brought you some kiddies. It's like, not that much. Like,
yeah, but no, turns out she's an adult. Like, we don't see Kuwabara's parents. I can't remember if they're in the picture or not, but I know that Shizuru is pretty involved from here on out when it comes to Kuwabara.
That would make sense. I do also like in the English we do absolutely whiff a line when she sees the tape. Because Botan, because they try and play off as just static. She, no, I can see the little kid. Botan goes, I guess spiritual sense runs in the Kuwabara's family.
In the Kuwabara's family.
Yeah, I think it's going to be it runs in the Kuwabara family or runs in the family, not in the Kuwabara's family, Botan. But I guess maybe you're not great with modern English.
Yeah, maybe it's a little bit more difficult.
I'm not going to criticize the god of death for her spelling. That seems a bad idea.
What did you think of the reveal of Shizuru also being mildly psychic?
I saw part of the reason this episode was weak as I saw it. I kind of presumed she would be because Kuwabara's already said that. I guess it runs in the family. I think it would have been funnier if she'd have gone along with the static till the end, and then like when she left, goes, "Yeah, that's a weird baby anyway," rather than her just. She's very upfront, like, "Oh yeah, I can see the baby. Oh okay." I
Man,
don't. I guess
wait till we get to her B plot.
I guess the joke from would have been better for me if she'd either revealed it at the end or took more offense to them obviously lying to her. I kind of, I guess part of it would have been funny because we have the bit where Kuwabara's like, "Oh, is it a dirty movie?" It would have been funny if it'd been like, "Oh, this is weirdly tame. What are you? Is Kuwabara upset that he's watching a children's movie?"
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. The joke didn't land quite right for me there, even though I did like how aggressive she was.
Shizuru is going to be a much bigger character as we go on. I think you're going to enjoy her once we get to Dark Tournament.
Good. I look forward to seeing more of her sweater.
Oh, she has some real Sailor Uranus outfits, which I actually really like on her. Like she kind of goes for a more gender bendery look, which I really enjoy.
I'm now immediately back in. Thank you.
Like
I hope she has the get along shirt.
there's one outfit that she has where it's like a kind of a sweater vest thing and it's got a tie. It looks like something Sailor Uranus wore at one point, and she has the long hair. And
Huh.
I like that design on her character.
I'm gonna have to find it then.
Like it's a
Actually,
good look.
talking about that, talking of things that will be inevitably cut from later August, Toonami had fun with this episode. Lots of cigarettes we had to be brushing out. Lots of cigars we had to be brushing out. They change Kuwabara's comment about what is it you're actually a nudie movie into what's it rated NC-17.
I, I have a question really
Mm.
quick, and maybe this is just, in the fact that I was raised female. Why is it so common in like media that men watch porn together or like share their porn? Like, why is this a thing that actually happens? And if so,
Bonding
why?
experience, moral
I,
support.
you know, I can only speak for myself. There was never we never like traded porn like baseball cards.
I'm curious
But
to see how YouTube handles this.
yeah, nor was it a kind of a communal event. But I wasn't on like any the only sport I did was swimming. Who knows what the more team-based sports
It just
got
seems
into.
like it just seems Kuwabara is so ready to watch porn with Yusuke, and I'm not sure if
Well,
this is a normal
I,
social thing.
I
there's
mean,
other stuff going on there.
There
once
is
you've
a
shared your life energy, I think kind of masturbation is kind of less intimate. No, it wasn't the thing for me either. So it's one of those times that the change, Toonami's change was more risky because I could totally see like, oh, did you find the cool? But also the idea that Kuwabara isn't already watching NC-17 movies. That's why I think it'd be funny if his sister was the joke was that, oh, Kuwabara watches a lot of he's a brony, he watches a lot of kids films. That's why in the NC-17 it's weird because no, I didn't frequently share pornography with my friends. I still don't. That would be very, very weird. Also, just like the idea that Yusuke would just be carrying that around with him.
that happens in this is an anime thing too, where they just randomly have dirty magazines on them or
Oh,
randomly
it's a
have like
Toriyama staple.
It makes sense. It makes sense with Roshi. Roshi's the type.
Well, I mean, Dr. Briefs has it too,
Roshi is the
right?
type that is
Dr. Brees is also the type.
But he's
Like,
with cats.
he
He's
is.
got cats and experiments.
he has two magazines, Playboy and Popular Mechanics, is all a growing lad needs. Um,
Hey, you forgot about the third magazine, Cat Fancy.
it's a good magazine. Lots of
Yeah.
good cats.
Yeah, also good cats. But
Um,
yeah, we also meet Yukina.
we do, and Yukina's a fun character who gets involved in some very awkward edits. Naturally, they call her a frigid little whore, which I'm surprised Toonami only changed that to frigid little thing, eh? I kind of
Huh.
presumed, I was kind of expecting Toonami to remove frigid entirely, which I'm glad they didn't, because it's a good joke. If you don't know, frigid is a term for something that's very cold.
Yeah.
And she is. But yeah, she gets cut. They remove the cut on her cheek as well. She just gets slapped. They kind of try and work around the birds bit, because a big part of this episode is the guy. We find out our little cackly parrot guy, who I'm going to be calling Kazooie, uh, can grow his nails very long. So Yukina's been in her room, snow whiting it up with some birds. So obviously this guy grabs him with his nails and murders some birds, as you do.
Yeah. So that's the elder Tagoro brother hanging out on the shoulder there. And his powers are gross. They are absolutely disgusting. And as they
Oh,
get explained further on, they are even grosser.
fan
Um,
fantastic. He's gross Kazooie. I'm more and more invested. Yeah, so for the birds, the Toonami edit, they cut Yukina begging about not hurting them because she gets punched afterwards, I presume. They cut her screaming, "Please spare them," and they cut the actual crush, but they cut back to the feathers coming out of the nails.
hmm.
Meaning that I guess we don't see the actual action, but we still do see him killing a bird. So I guess credit for Toonami, I guess, to not cut that. I guess they cut that entirely. What would there be left in this episode?
I mean, it's dark when you think about like, oh no, we've tortured this girl a lot, as much as we can, and she's given us nothing. So we had to call in the demon guys to figure some other shit out, you know? Like that's dark as hell.
Yeah, to be fair, I'd cry if I saw those two guys. They're weird. Um, I do wonder long term if this is a good plan though, because obviously this is this guy is a capitalist. He should know that flooding the market will cause prices to go down. You probably want her to cry less, like maybe once every fiscal year, just keep the market price high.
Yeah, do it in Q2.
Yeah. Like, I feel that, if you're going to make her weep with a torture every 25 minutes, that's probably going to lead to you making less profit overall. But what do I know? I don't make women cry, nor do I run a criminal enterprise.
I do think we do get a little clue about younger Tagoro, the bigger brother, when he's leaving and says to Yukina, you'll have a much more comfortable life if you just cooperate. Like there's something very sinister about that and almost very dejected about it. And maybe it's because I know what's going to happen with this character later on. It's interesting because it shows you a lot of his philosophy and how that's going to play into him as he becomes a bigger antagonist.
I'm going to presume this union of humans and demons isn't going to last for much longer because this may surprise you. Those two brothers do not look trustworthy people.
You would be shocked actually by that assessment. Remember, you're dealing with like the black market guys. We're like the thing we're getting here now is we've dealt with some pretty terrible demons, but it's been very individual. The humans are also doing terrible crap.
It will amuse me if their relationship lasts longer than Ice Dragon and Big Lion.
Ice Dragon and Big Lion, the greatest ship of all
I've forgotten their names now.
Ayako and
Ayako
that's
and
it.
Hiei.
Yeah, it'd be funny if these obvious weirdos are better at conflict resolution than these two men who've lived together.
Oh man, wait until you meet their gaggle of weirdos later on. You're gonna enjoy their weirdos.
I do like the weird demon they send. They send a guy to straight up meet Kuwabara and Yusuke. I love that. Is actually one of my favorite bits of the episode where sort of Botan is like, "Oh, we're lost travelers," and Yusuke immediately blows it by going, "Yeah, your boss is a criminal. He'll let us in."
Yeah,
like immediately, Yusuke's like, "I'm not even rolling for the stealth check.
Yeah, no tact. We're just going straight for.
Listen, Yusuke lives in Battle Royale. He knows how this works.
I just love how like Botan's like, we'll try a bit of stealth, and Yusuke's like, "No, we're not.
No, we're not. No, we're not. What do you mean?
We're killing our way right to the middle here." I do like a really nice touch, the tag team attack, Kuwabara and Yusuke's sword spirit gun combo. Really nice, because I like the fact that we see Yusuke's spirit gun and he's not falling over, which is a nice way of cluing in the audience in, like, okay, he's definitely got powerful enough that one spirit gun isn't the limit anymore. Nice to just show that rather than just having someone tell us it.
Yeah, what I like about the power scaling in Yu Yu Hakusho is that it does have a much more gentle incline than say Dragon Ball Z, where it goes from Raditz to Frieza very fast.
Yeah, and this guy was quickly set up as like just a foil to be like, okay, Yusuke's back and Yusuke's killing again. Yusuke's ready to kill.
He now has a taste for blood and he needs more.
When you take out multiple Suzakus, you just kind of like that creates a bloodlust that cannot be ever sated.
I
basically
do
movie Gohan now.
I do like Yusuke's face because when the guy's doing his no one who I touch will ever live and opening up all his like hand mouths, Yusuke is visibly rolling his eyes. It's kind of like, yeah, dude, I've just Suzaku, man, he did this whole thing. Look, it's not worth it. Just and then he's like, look to Kuwabara, like, yeah, just kill him. We're not even gonna like do the like who goes first. This guy, just kill him.
Yeah, I'm excited about getting more into Yukina. I have fond memories of this arc mainly because of the GBA game. I don't know
Oh, yeah.
if because there was a Spirit Detective Game Boy Advance game that was that went basically up to this. It didn't really get to the Dark Tournament. It was kind of in the style of Tale of Goku, Story of Goku. What am I thinking? Legend of
Legacy
Goku,
of
Legend of Goku.
which is amazing as a game, and this was in that same vein. But I have a lot of fond memories because the boss fight that happens in this part is the best one.
That's a very good game as well. One of the better ones from this kind of era of 4Kids dubs.
It's true, but
The second one's pretty good. The second one's pretty good. Yeah.
But do we have any final thoughts before we wrap up this part?
I mean, it's quick. It feels abrupt. We're fresh off of going through our Tower of Fun to right into the next adventure. But that's Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, I would argue Lamenting Beauty is probably the weakest episode we've had so far. But even as a weaker, it's still perfectly acceptable. It's not, terrible. I said immediately I was a bit, because it just feels like, I think this is one where I kind of would prefer to see it week to week, I think, if you had the little break. Going from Suzaku straight to sort of magical hostage, it does feel like a step down, but then, immediately it pulled me straight back in the second we reveal, oh yeah, Hiei is involved in this. Hiei is coming and he's a murdering. I do think that immediately caught he's like, okay, there are big stakes here then, cool. Yeah, no, I said even being a weaker episode, it's still really good. It's been a nice flow, a nice pace. I like we're still in a nice area where we can have Yusuke feel he is stronger, but he is still killable, which is nice, going to give some nice risk. And I like how mature we're building up his relationships. Like his stuff with Keiko here is really nice. It's giving us a nice emotional core. I like we still have Botan around doing stuff. We are keeping an ensemble cast, which is one of the problems Dragon Ball had. It's very hard to keep everyone around. Here it is keeping them around. It's giving Yusuke some nice moments. So still a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're getting Yu Yu Hakusho has such consistent quality that even when you have a weaker episode of Yu Yu Hakusho, it's still better than some of the best episodes of other anime, which is kind of insane to think about, especially since it is an older anime. It still holds up. It still looks fantastic. It's still a lot of fun. Watch Yu Yu Hakusho. Why are you not watching it? Well, after this, go watch it.
You should be watching.
You should be watching. But I like it. I'm really excited for this part. I remember the set pieces for this part being very fun, and the fights are very creative and very cool. But that does mean we have pulled into our final destination. That's right. It is time for us to disembark from Toonami Absolution. We want to thank you once again for joining us and talking about the shows that made us us and the shows that made you you. We have been your hosts. My name is Alyx.
I'm Sam.
And I'm John.
And we'll see you next time. Bang.